I give a lot of credit to Colorado. I mean, they play unbelievably hard. Their guards are really good, and we knew they would be a guard-dominant team. And just what they did to us in the first half kind of just put us back on our heels, and it was in recovery mode, the rest of the game. But so it was a great team for us to open with and have to defend and guard and play against. And I liked our competitiveness. I liked our fight to come back and compete like we did in the second half. And I think we can build on that. And I think that bodes well for our team.
Kamie, I know you talk about them being guard-oriented, they were, but do you feel like there were enough times when they kind of exposed your weakness, where they can go down low with some of their big people, and you're really not a team that's going to go in there and bang with people? Do you think they kind of exposed that a little bit?
Well, I think their pick-and-roll game exposed that, and they got us into some switches, and yeah, they're going to kill our little people who've switched on them. We have no chance there. We tried some different lineups and went small, and when they're big, they're really big. And so we didn't play a couple of our bigger freshmen who might match their body size and strength down there. But I do think I have more players I can play. Again, Abby Kine and Bridget Hintz. I mean, both of those guys are going to get a lot of minutes, and they didn't tonight. So I don't know that we'll score a lot of points out of our low post game from those younger players, but I do like the depth that we have there, and I do think that they can defend at a pretty high level. It's just this is a hard game to get them in on that. But to answer your question, I really thought their guards got us into some switches, and then that exposed us and some mismatches and some offensive rebounding. But for the most part, I felt like our second half defense, at least they cooled down a little bit, and we had a chance to narrow it, and really had a chance to have it to 8 after 4 missed free throws in a row. And instead they kind of take it from there. So it's 12, and then it goes to 16, and then we're kind of out of it after that.
Help me a little bit here. What did you do in particular in your one spurt, whatever you want to call it, in that third quarter? Were you were able to cut it to 10, and keep them from, well, all they got was a tip and a three-pointer during that stretch.
Yeah, I think the thing that we can do if we get a little bit more sure of ourselves on the offensive end. First off, in the first half, we're at halftime, and I think Savannah Smith played 15 minutes and had 1 shot attempt, and Savannah Scott played 17 minutes and had 1 shot attempt. And they need to be players that score the basketball. Crystal was put in a position to have to throw up attempts and shots that probably weren't, some of them, high percentage shots, but she was having to carry the load too much, and I think that exhausted her a little bit, and we just didn't have enough people stepping up and making plays in the first half. And again, young players just playing against length and good bodies, and we just don't know how quite yet to play with what we're trying to do. But I do think we showed glimpses of times when we stick with what we're doing. We kept it really simple and stayed in our transition stuff, and again, you get Savannah Smith doing what she can do and make threes when they switch or get bigs on her, and now she can drive by. We've got a lot of things in our offense that let our guards have a lot of flexibility to be able to go to the basket or cut or shoot threes, and we just got into a good rhythm there where we got good looks, and again, I think it showed what we're capable of, and whether it's fatigue or just not being able to make shots long enough, we weren't able to sustain it and stay with them. And not to mention they're good, and they made some shots to keep us arm's length away.